the NAREP's page? Looks like we're live, guys. We are live. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. If I was going to church today, I'd say the devil was busy, honey, but it was.
I'm trying to see if I can go to.
Trying to keep
Let
our
me
new
call you right
homeowners
back.
from home ownership. So finally, we are here. Thank you guys for bearing with us. Looking forward to House in the Car Super Series Tuesday, Series 3. Today is the recap, guys. It's the recap, and that simply means this is the last episode of Series 3. But don't worry, we do have Series 4. Series 3 was all hands on deck. It takes a village to produce 2 million Black homeowners in 5 years. And my name is Letitia Grant. I am the chair of House Then the Car, and I am joined today by my lovely co-host, Stephanie Milburn.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Stephanie Milburn. I am the campaign manager for House in the Car. Thank you for joining us today. And like Letitia stated, we are joined by another lovely co-host, Miss LaTanya Donaldson.
Well, good afternoon, ladies. Letitia, you are right. We are not going to let the devil steal our joy today. We are still live after some technical difficulties. Hi, I'm LaTanya Donaldson, VP Director of Prime Lending. And you two beautiful ladies, you know I love you, and I'm so happy to be here today. I'm a little sad. It's our last one, but as you said, Letitia, more to come.
There is more to come. And first of all, the very first thing that I wanted to do, and I know LaTanya doesn't know that this is coming, but the special tribute section was definitely to you. Stephanie and I, at the House in the Car platform, the virtual platform, we would like to thank you for being such an avid sponsor and being here with us time after time on our virtual platform. I know switching gears and moving from face to face to being on the virtual platform was a little bit different, but you hung in there with us. You are here. You have been phenomenal. It's almost like I told someone earlier that someone's mom had triplets, and it's us.
Absolutely. Well, actually, I kind of feel like I'm the mother because I'm a little older. But
no one would have known.
Are my daughters, but no, thank you so much. I'm deeply honored, and I'm very appreciative for the opportunity. And that Prime Lending is such a supporter, and you guys are such a great partner to us. So I appreciate the work that you young ladies are doing. I tell you this all the time, but I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed with what you guys are doing and how committed you are to going out to your communities and making sure that we have the information necessary to become homeowners.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so very much. Well, guys, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and move into what you came here for today, and that's the recap of Series 3. Stephanie, let's dive right on into it, lady.
Okay, guys, so we started our first episode with our affiliates. So NAREP loves to partner with our affiliates, and those were the Women's Council of NAREB, ROSI, which stands for Real Estate Opportunity Investments for seasoned individuals. So, and then we also brought in Laura Washington with our civic engagement. So we had a chance to speak to our Women's Council National President, Chandra Ware. We talked to the chair for ROSI, and that would be, I'm sorry, her name just escaped me. That would be
Bessie Edwards.
Yes, Miss Bessie Edwards. And then we talked to Laura Washington again to show how we wanted to start off with all hands on deck and letting them know where we're starting in our village. So I just want to give flowers to those who are here while they're here. So I want to commend Madam Letitia for creating this whole Series 3. So it was a phenomenal series, and to start it off, just to bring in our affiliates and showing that we're starting with home first. So I do like that, and just letting the audience know what a real village is like.
Yes, perfect, perfect. Thank you. I agree. I thought that it was important for us to start in-house and to show the audience what that looked like when we work together. So bringing in our affiliates, Women's Council, everyone plays a very important role in the production. In the producing the 2 million in the next 5 years. It definitely takes a village, and that proved that we had a village.
Right. And Women's Council brings the financial literacy aspect. And, some people don't know that, but we have partnered with Women's Council to ensure that we have put out classes for youth as well as adults for financial literacy and home buyer education. So we utilize them and their platform to go out in the community to provide that information and those resources in those classes. And the same with our civic engagement. I mean, that's another way for us to reach our community members, because that gives us a much wider reach than just saying, okay, you know what, we're reaching out to those who want financial literacy or, budgeting and credit, but that gives us a much wider reach getting out there with the civic engagement group. And of course, Rosie is going to tackle a whole different generation of people. So that brings everybody together all in one place.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. And then we dived right on into episode 2, LaTanya.
Yes.
And did they bring the heat or what?
Oh my God. Yes. Freddie Mac. Then we had Sean on to tell us all about DPAs. Was that not incredible?
Yes, it was. So I don't know if everyone knows, but down payment assistance is like near and dear to my heart. Like I absolutely, when I started this business, about 95% of my business was done with some form of down payment assistance. And I loved it. I thought that having an app or a widget on our website that just propelled us and took us to a whole nother level.
I agree. Yeah. That's actually my favorite episode of this series, to be honest. I was so in awe with the resources that were provided from that little widget. And I was like, oh my God, this is in all of the cities. This is amazing.
Right. And, even being a lender, it was very impressive to know that there are over 2,300 homebuyer programs nationwide for down payment assistance and closing costs and tax credit. So hey, what do we say? Well, we changed it, right? It's no longer show me the money, it's show me the bag.
The bag.
Right? Show me the bag. Absolutely. And those come from over 1,200 different housing agencies and DPA providers. So we're saying DPA, acronym down payment assistance. So the many things that, down payment, which Sean shared with us, what can they help us with? Covering cash to close, obviously. Okay. Qualifying ratio. So just from a lender's perspective, if I can kind of stop there. So when we're talking about ratios, one of the things that we're looking at as a lender is what is your debt ratio opposed to your housing ratio? And then we look at that total number. So see, if you're using a down payment assistance program, that can help you qualify. Not only do you get additional funds, but it helps you to qualify. And especially right now where the interest rates are so low. I had somebody.
Exactly.
Are you ready for this? I had somebody close last week on an FHA loan for 2.99. You guys are real.
One of my clients just got an approval for 2.875. So that is real.
That interest rate, between the interest rate, the possibility for down payment assistance, I've heard since I've been in this industry, it's so funny. People say, oh, now's the time to buy it. Now's the time to buy it. So I tell people, I joke with them and I tell them, it's always the time to buy. But this time, right now, it is literally the time to buy. Like, really is the time.
It's like this time, I'm not playing.
Stop joking.
And then, like some of the business, the biggest today, is over perception down requirements. And I think it was good for him to come on, and you guys did the show. This is why I love hosting with you, raising the awareness of DPA programs. There's so many people they have no idea that there are resources out there. And this is what makes the show phenomenal. And this is why it must continue. So as a sponsor, anything that we can do to support, this is what I'm talking about, ladies. That's why I love you guys. And I took some notes. So a couple of things that he talked about, some of the obstacles that we'll face soon, COVID-19, right? So DPAs, we got to help COVID impacted buyers with cash to close. We know, all right, NAREB, the whole idea between house then the car, that has been always a huge barrier within minority communities is cash to close. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. So, and what I did with that, being the chair of House in the Car, I now have all of these additional obligations of what we need to get to the ambassadors. So I turned around and utilized the tools that are provided from House in the Car, which includes FICO and definitely includes the DPA. And I created a class, Success with Down Payment Assistance. Launched that class last week, and we had 145 to register and 61 in attendance. What does that tell you, though? There was 61 people on a virtual platform, and one young lady, not one Rosie, could not figure out how to get on Zoom. So I had my son working with her to get her on Zoom, but it is that important. The community wants to hear about it and wants to know about it. And I'm just pleased that House in the Car has the ability to bring those things that our consumers are seeking and that they're looking for. What a blessing.
Absolutely. So you guys know I'm a huge fun fact person. So please allow me just 2 minutes to give you some fun facts regarding DPA. All right. So for 1,451 DPA programs, that's about 2/3 of DPAs include payment deferral for some period of time. Okay. 983 DPA programs, or nearly half, are partially fully forgivable. I'm going to repeat that. Forgivable. Okay. 858 DPA programs, well over 1/3, are both deferred and forgivable.
Come on now. What more can you ask for? All of them are located on House in the Car Down Payment Assistance tab. You plug in your information in your data, and that information pops up for you in your specific area. So it's area specific. Come on. I love those fun facts. Thank you for bringing those. Absolutely. Now, speaking of fun facts, and I'm glad that you said that because that was a perfect segue into our episode number 4. There are 15 different types of renovation products. People get so caught up with this 203K and they overlook the other 14 renovation products.
Now, here comes my shameless plug, only through Prime Lending.
I don't mind that. Not a problem. One more time, because that's important.
That's right.
And I didn't even know that. Yeah, I didn't know that there were 15 available because some years ago I tried to get a renovation loan and I only knew of the 203K and I had an issue with getting the loan, so I didn't move forward. And had I known that there were other products available, then I may have been able to move forward with this process that I was trying to renovate this house. But I had an issue with my student loan, and I didn't know because they didn't tell me until it was like way into, I had the inspectors that came out and, they did their part. And then, maybe a month or so into it, they told me I didn't qualify. So I may have been able to utilize one of the other 14 programs, in lieu of whatever situation was causing me not to qualify for that one.
Right. And I know I've been in this business for 25 years. And I know when I would talk to realtors about a 203K rehab, that was like a bad word. It was just like, you don't say that, right? Yeah. So it was so nice to be able to market these products, right? Because as realtors, what is your number one challenge when you're working with buyers? What's your number one challenge out there?
Well, for me, it was the closing costs. But then the second thing is locating the property where they want to be. So
Inventory.
exactly. So then when we unmasked all of the different types of renovation products and the fact that one doesn't necessarily mirror the other, and when he started talking about cosmetic versus necessary repairs, that was a big thing, because I mean, you have those clients that want what they want, and I'm not mad at you, but there's just not a product out there that's going to give you those things. Well, come to find out, that's not true. There is a product out there that's going to give you those things. You just have to qualify for it, or you have to be exposed.
Absolutely. And I thought one of the great things that you guys brought up last week are millennials, right? Millennials wanted how they want it. But I thought, that's me too. So I don't know. Maybe I'm a millennial in my second life. I don't know. But no. And now we have the products. I mean, do you know you can go up to a 95% LTV, loan to value, on these renovation products?
Yeah, that was
actually on some of them. Oh, I take that back. There's a Freddie and Fannie that allow you to go up to like 97%. So that's 3% down. You go find that house. It's in the perfect neighborhood, but and I'm sure, I don't know, I would love to hear stories from you guys. How many times have you had a potential buyer? You're showing them a home. It's the perfect neighborhood. It's the perfect school district. And you open that, you turn the key, you open the door, and they're like, you can. I mean, have you guys experienced that?
Often, unfortunately.
Letitia, that's Harry.
Exactly. He was like, no, this is not it.
So we have something for Harry now.
Exactly. I mean, it's just amazing. And another thing that I liked was the fact that we brought along with us the RVPs. So they were able to identify areas of the country that these specific products would benefit the most. I know I live in Houston, so Houston has a lot of new construction, but there's areas around the world that does not. So then what do? These homes are 100 years old.
Philadelphia.
I was just going to say Philadelphia, because we interviewed one of the millennials on Home Ownership Changed My Life, and she was talking about how she renovated her home. So definitely those areas like Philadelphia, New Jersey, Ohio, those are different types of areas, and have older homes that can definitely utilize these types of renovation programs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And as I shared last week, I'm your testimony. I'm in the process of refinancing and using a renovation product. So, even though, some past clients that you guys may have, if they're interested in refinancing right now, there's an app for that. There's a renovation product for that, right? So, and there are a lot of people that are, perhaps not in a place where they want to move, but they can still refinance and do renovations as they refinance. I mean, as you said earlier, Letitia, I mean, the interest rates are just so low. It's kind of like the possibilities are endless.
It is. And Latanya, what I want to add is you're renovating a home that did not need renovations. Absolutely. On a renovation product.
Right. They won't let me go anywhere. So I got to add some things. We don't know when we are going to be free again to move about the country.
Yeah. So really now you're at a place where what you're adding luxuries. It's not even that, so I want to make sure that the audience is aware that we're not talking about your typical or what you thought what a renovation product was. We're talking about a renovation product that allows you to add those luxuries that you want.
That's right. You might want that new, modern farmhouse kitchen that we see on and by the way, I gotta stop watching HGTV.
That's probably why you're in renovation mode right now.
That is exactly correct. Just don't do it. Don't do it. No, no, but seriously, so now that becomes a reality, and what I love, just going through my own process, you talk about luxury, but it can be done on a budget, right? And hey, you have the financing available to be able to make your dreams a reality.
Yeah, I have some projects in mind, and I've been seeing a lot of people talking about their quarantine projects that they're doing. So I know that a lot of people are wanting to do things like Letitia said, to add luxury to their existing homes and not necessarily wanting to move, but they can use these products to make that a reality.
Yeah. Well, I thought that I was just gonna go run to Ross or Marshalls and get a few new, wall art and stuff like that and redecorate. And I get there and the shelves are empty.
Yes.
When I say empty, I mean empty, like they have no inventory. So I came back home. And an idle mind, they say, is the devil's workshop. Whether you can call it what you want. I came back home and I decided I'm ripping out the floors. So
wow.
My thought of getting, it's this whole being at home, right? Now you notice everything. If you look at your hair,
you realize we have a product for you.
Exactly. I need all of that.
That's right. Absolutely. So
and I'm next in line, Letitia. I'm ready to rip up these floors and do some things too here. Yeah. So in my house is not even 7 years old, and I'm ready to change a lot of stuff.
Mine is only 4 years old, so I totally understand. But it's just nice to know that there are products out there that can accommodate that. And, exactly. and you don't have to go break the bank. Obviously, minimums in place, but you can, and here's the biggest thing about the renovation products. All right, with Fannie and Freddie, see, you will get an appraisal based on the work you want to have performed. So you'll submit your bid, right? So you'll get a subject to appraisal rather than as is.
And I don't know if he said that. Either that or I was sleeping. I missed that part.
Oh my God, you can't miss that one. That's the huge
he mentioned it, yeah.
Right.
Oh, Letitia, that's when you were having the issues with the internet.
That's good. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's and I said
technical difficulties for the last 2 weeks.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. And after that, didn't I call you, LaTanya? And I said I need to be on the consumer side of this. It was so much to learn.
That's right.
Yeah.
We have a loan officer that's just ready to talk to you about it. But so that's a huge feature. Subject to. So
and
for
LaTanya,
instance,
can you touch on what's the lowest amount? Because I thought that was huge too. Because sometimes people think that they have to spend a huge amount to be qualified for these types of renovation loans, but that's not the case.
Right, absolutely. So and I want to make sure that I'm correct. So we're going to defer that to one of our loan officers. But because I'm looking at another one, but here it is. Yeah, I think the minimum was. You tell us, Stephanie, because I'm.
I remember him saying $200. I remember. Yeah,
I remember him saying like 200 or 250 or something in that arena.
Yeah, there it is. Absolutely. And just like on the like going back to your 203K, you have a 203K streamline. So that one is pure cosmetic type things. And that one's very easy because you can go up to 5,000. So that would be more of your minor, maybe you're moving into a house and you want to put a fresh coat of paint on it and you're going FHA. So, it's not that big, hairy, 203K that we all know about or, that we've used in the past. And then another thing I thought was really huge when we talked about the difference in the fees of using 203K opposed to conventional. All products are great, but I think a lot of people get stuck, going back to your point, Letitia, a lot of people get stuck on the 203K, but there is renovation available on your conventional Freddie as well.
Absolutely. So guys, we had episode 1, which was the affiliates. and the affiliates and the initiatives. Turned around to episode 2, and we had One Stop Shop with Freddie Mac and FICO, where we did the simulation of creating a FICO score. Then went into episode 3 with the down payment assistance and wrapped it all up in a pretty little package with renovation products. Now, one of the things that you did not give LaTanya to the audience is your email address so that they can get in contact with a local loan officer in their area. And before you do that, what I do want to say is I had a gentleman to reach out to me from Florida, and I was in Kilgore dropping my son off at school, and he had to get this information before his client came home from work. I sent LaTanya a text, included him on it, and I think it may have been 5 minutes. And you sent him the information for the loan officer. And when I tell you we have a happy camper out there in Florida, he is extremely excited to use down payment assistance.
Well, you know, Letitia, I don't have a life.
You do. You have a life on that patio.
I know, right? Yeah. So my email, if you guys are interested in any of the products that I just spoke about, is L Donaldson, DONALDSON at Prime Lending, all one word, PRIMELENDING.com. L Donaldson at PrimeLending.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that, LaTanya. That's amazing. That's having a resource. So not only did we provide them with one-stop shop resources on houseinthecar.com, we've now just provided them with a one-stop shop resource for all of your loan products. Because we talked about down payment assistance being through Prime Lending. And we here in Houston, we work with Prime Lending as well. And it's been a great experience. John Christoph here is our contact. And then we have not worked on the renovation product, but we have gone to the training class for the renovation product.
Right. And John would be able to help you with that as well.
Perfect. Well, ladies, it's so bittersweet. It's like, okay, it's an hour of our days a week, but it's almost like, during this time, this COVID time, it's our only opportunity to really get together and connect and see each other. So it's so bittersweet that this is the end of the series, and we will return. However, we're on like a 2-week break. So we'll be back September, what's the date? I had to pull out my calendar. These days start to run together.
Absolutely.
Let me see. It's going to be September the 15th is when we'll be back.
Okay.
So we'll be off for 2 weeks. We'll start back September 15th. And
well, that's just off 1 week.
Is it? Today's the 1st.
Right. Next week is the 8th, and then we're back on the 15th.
Well, guess what? 1 week off.
So, Stephanie, don't go planning some big vacation.
I'm canceling now.
Right. And it may be 2 weeks because it may be the 22nd. I know we're going to have the CBC, and I keep looking at my calendar like, when is the CBC? I can't remember. But we'll make sure we let our audience know. Everyone will be well aware of what's coming and what to expect. I absolutely love Super Series Tuesday, and definitely the best part about Super Series Tuesday is I get to share the virtual stage with 2 of the most knowledgeable, well-rounded individuals that I know on this side of show business. And I'm just grateful to be here. I thank you, ladies, for showing up Tuesday after Tuesday after Tuesday to hang out with me. It's like we're going to the club or something.
Well, you can't get rid of me, so we'll be seeing more of each other.
And we know I've tried.
Well, ladies,
we don't stop. We stuck with each other.
As I said, the chemistry is undeniable, and I just appreciate the opportunity, and you never know. I might come back as a guest. We'll see.
Hey now. Well, you are definitely welcome any and every Tuesday. Grateful for that. Well, all right, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you for being so patient with us. We know world of technology, you just never know what may happen. And we try the best that we can to ensure that nothing happens. But guess what? That's why you have a backup plan. We're playing A, B, C, and D. And today we only had to go to plan B. So thank you for hanging in there with us. We look forward to seeing you. Stephanie, you do have Home Ownership Change My Life next week. Am I correct?
Yes, we do. We have Homeownership Changed My Life with our brand new host, co-host, and anchor. So we did introduce half of the team this morning on Millennial Talk Tuesday. So we'll be introducing our new host for Homeownership Changed My Life on next Tuesday. So we look forward to that. We look forward to bringing in some of our Realtors Nation to assist us in our quest for 2 million African American homeowners in 5 years.
Good deal. Well, again, thank you so very much. Please be sure that you reach out to Ms. Latanya Donaldson at ldonaldson@primelending.com, all one word. Be sure that you reach out to her. Continue to follow us, like us on House Than the Car on all channels, social media channels, including YouTube, where we're streaming live today. And log on to our
website.
Our website. I was like, what is that? Website.
HouseThenTheCar.com.
HouseThenTheCar.com. Thank you guys, and you have a wonderful Tuesday.